It's 2022 and there's so many games coming out this year that that I need to play. Now, some of these titles were in last year's list, but they were delayed, and some of them still don't have official launch dates yet. So I'm just hoping that they don't get pushed back to 2023. Now, although there's a lot I want to play this year, my wallet is already on life support. So for my first video of the year, here's my 7 must-play games of 2022. So at number 7 is A Plateau Requiem. Now, when A Plateau Requiem was announced, I never thought it would end up on my most anticipated list, as I hadn't actually played the first game at that point. Then I got the PS5 version as a monthly game on PS Plus, and I couldn't play anything else until I completed it. In the first game, you play as a teenage girl named Amicia, traveling with her little brother Hugo, being hunted through France by the Inquisition soldiers, surrounded by swarms of flesh-eating rats. Now, from the early trailer that they've shown for Requiem, Amicia and Hugo still seem to be hunted, and the devouring rats have returned. Amicia also now has a crossbow rather than just a slingshot, which she had in the first game. I'm also guessing a lot of the puzzle solving will involve using light to navigate your way through the hungry rats. Seriously, if you haven't played the first game, I can't recommend it enough. It's a AA game, so it's not going to break the bank, so you should definitely check it out. A Plateau Requiem is due for release sometime in 2022 and will be available on PC, Xbox Series consoles, PS5 and Nintendo Switch, and it's also available day one on Game Pass. At number 6 is Sifu. Now, when Sifu was first revealed, the combat reminded me of Sleeping Dogs but with a John Wick vibe. You play as a kung fu student on a mission to defeat the 5 assassins that murdered his family. He possesses a magical talisman that revives him whenever he's killed in combat, but also ages him a number of years with each resurrection. Once the magic runs out, it's game over. I was already interested from the trailers, but after seeing other YouTubers playing a demo of this game, I really can't wait. Luckily, it's the first game releasing this year that I'm interested in. Now, Sifu will be releasing on the 8th of February on PlayStation 4 and 5 and on PC through the Epic Games Store. Now, number 5 is Shadow Warrior 3. Now, this was actually on last year's list before getting delayed until 2022, and we still don't have a release date, so hopefully it doesn't get delayed again. It's still on my list this year because the game just looks batshit crazy. And no, I still haven't finished the first 2 games, and yes, I do still plan on beating both of them before 3 is released. Now, Shadow Warrior 3 should be releasing sometime in 2022 on PC, PS4 and Xbox One, but will be available to play on the new consoles through backwards compatibility. At number 4 is the Saints Row reboot. Now, it's been 9 years since the last main Saints Row game. No, I don't count Get Out of Hell. With Saints Row 4, things got way too ridiculous, with you playing as the president with superpowers, and it was like playing the entire game on super easy mode. So we were in need of a reboot, and that's exactly what we're getting. This time is set in the new city of Santa Eliso in the American Southwest, and with a new gang of saints. Characters like Johnny Gat unfortunately won't be returning, but you can still create your own character as you could in previous games. For anyone who hasn't played one of the previous Saints Row games, and I'm really talking about the 3rd and 4, Saints Row is basically GTA on crack. It's just much more ridiculous and focused on you having fun. Saints Row will be releasing on 23rd of August on PS4 and PS5 at all the Xboxes and PC through the Epic Games Store. At number 3, we have one of the most interesting looking PS5 games to come out this year, Forspoken, which is an action RPG coming from Square Enix. You'll play as Frey, a young New Yorker transported to the land of Athia who's trying to find her way back home. She'll use magic to both get around the large open world as well as to fight monsters. What we've seen so far looks great, but hopefully we'll get a dedicated state of play for it soon so we can get a better look at the gameplay and especially the combat. Forspoken is releasing on 24th of May and is a PS5 console exclusive for at least 2 years, and is also available on PC through Epic, Steam and the Microsoft Store.
At number 2 is a game which I would have actually thought I would have had at the number 1 spot, and that's God of War Ragnarok. It takes place 3 years after the last game, with Kratos and a teenage Atreus looking for a way to prevent Ragnarok from happening. And after the events of the last game, they're going to have to deal with a pissed off Freya and Thor coming after them. I'm definitely going to need to take a week off work to play this game and the game that I got in the number 1 spot. The only reason why this isn't at number 1 is because we haven't really seen that much of it. We've only seen one trailer and we still don't have a release date. So I'm hoping it doesn't get delayed until 2023. But at the moment it's due for release on PS4 and PS5 sometime in 2022.
And at the number 1 spot we have Horizon Forbidden West. Now the funny thing is that on last year's list I had this at number 2 and Ragnarok at number 1, but we've seen so much of this game now that the hype is just ridiculous. The first game was good but slow in some places and needed improvements. From the very first gameplay reveal, they started showing us improvements in combat, traversal, graphics and the environment. Sections underwater look amazing. Combat looks like it's been improved against humans. She has better stealth takedowns, new gadgets, and of course there's the new machines. The Tremor Tusk and the Slither Fang are the ones that really caught my attention. And the crazy thing is that this is a cross-gen game, which visually looks like one of the best looking games so far this generation. And that's with YouTube compression. So imagine what it's actually going to look like when we get to play it. Horizon Forbidden West is definitely my most anticipated game of 2022 and will be releasing on the 18th of February on PS4 and PS5.
So there are my 7 must-play games of 2022, and trust me when I say it was tough narrowing it down to 7. The original video had around 15 games. Obviously I'm going to play more than 7 games, but these are the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. So what do you think of my list? Leave a comment below with your top 7 games of 2022. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and checking out some other content. Thanks for watching.